much of my feed. Mic check 1 2. Mic, I get a mic check. Mic check 1 2. Thank you, sir. All right. Woo! We got this over here. We looking good over here. We looking good over here. Man, I wish I was good as you. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Hey, what's happening, good people? Welcome to another One Entertainment podcast episode. This is a special edition on a Sunday. Normally we have it on a Monday, but we're doing a special edition on a Sunday. Special guest today, DJ and producer Michael Lee is in the building. What's up, bro?
Hey, man, how you doing? Pleased to be with you.
Hey, welcome, bro, welcome. I know it's a little warm in here, It's just fun. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, got an iconic legend sitting next to me here. Been in the game for a minute, but I'm gonna let him explain and give my favorite line. Give the world a little bio about yourself. Okay.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say hello to everyone. I'm honored to be here, be a part of this moment. I've never really been asked to be interviewed, talk about my past, humble beginnings. It started off as a DJ, and let me tell you how my story began. Really, it started off as a child. Like many of us. I heard music through listening to music around my parents. My father was in the military, we moved around quite a bit. So back in our days, talking about the 70s, all we heard was music on the AM frequency. We heard all kinds of music, but music was limited back then. So once we finally settled down, being part of military life, my mother would have friends come over, family, so forth, have her little gathering, get-togethers. She had a stereo. She always maintained, kept records. I was that little kid that always used to peek around the corner looking when the grown-ups having their fun, having appetizers, maybe some drinks, just having a good time playing cards, all just great fun. No, I was supposed to have my butt in the bed, I'm peeping around the corner to see what's really going on. And what I was attracted to, not the adults, but the music. My mom was my first influence, my first introduction into music. She used to play album after album after album after album, 45s. The music that she was playing, I wouldn't know what those songs were, but they were certainly good to my ears. And I just grew to love music. In my early beginnings, as a child, had to be probably about, this is going to be before fifth grade. My mom and father bought me a little stereo set. And for those days, it was way advanced. It had a record player on top. It had an 8-track cassette player in it. So it was all one piece, all one unit. And I'm a kid, didn't know what this thing was, how to control it, how to work it, but I was trying to have my first little unit. And my first actual 8-track, all things Michael Jackson. Probably was their third, I would say probably their third album out, because it had to be like 72, maybe 1972, probably something in that range. Had to be like their third album coming out. Man, I burned that thing up so much, the tape snap. So that's in Michael Jackson. Then I jumped over the records. Didn't have any, but I would certainly see my mom's, and I became a little thief. So whenever mom would leave something around, I would pick it up, put on that record player, play it, just listen to it. My father, he was into jazz. He's from Indianapolis, Indiana. He moved around the world, being rank in the military. And, in his humble beginnings, he introduced me to jazz, slow jams, and other things. His brother had a bar in Indianapolis many, many years ago. He's going back to the 50s. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Pink Pool. And what's significant about this, make a long story short, my father's brother owned the bar. They used to promote things how they did back in the day. And nobody's aware of the fact that when Ray Charles went to Indianapolis, my father's brother and a team of people back in those days when things were very challenging and difficult, were to bring Ray Charles to actually Indianapolis, Indiana. They hosted the event. And if you watch that movie featuring Jamie Foxx, and when he played Ray, and that part when he got caught up because he was smoking and drinking too much, said, I ain't never going back to Indiana again. Well, that goes down my family's history, so I guess music has been in our life for a long time, but a lot of people don't know that my father's brother was a promoter of that event that had a lot to do with history. So that's just a little snippet of the story. And I'm open for questions, and I can tell you a whole lot more about me and who kind of gave me my first thrill with music other than learning a lot from my mom. Yeah, for me, when I first started out, it was like fifth grade. I'm going to say around fifth grade, I really started having this feeling, desire for music. Met up with this guy named Tony Borden, a good friend of mine at the time who grew up as kids, fifth grade. I was in fifth, he was in fourth. We started digging music. Always wanted to be a DJ, but DJing was not so popular. And you're a kid, you don't know what's going on. You just like listening to music. So me and him paired up, and we tried to figure out how can we do things to entertain people. We were young guys, a little bit shy, a little bit quiet, and we just wanted to have fun. So I didn't have any equipment, but my mom still had stuff in the house. So me and Mr. Wireman started tinkering with her toys. I had a record player, and I found a way to connect to her stereo unit and turn the knob in the middle. So it was kind of halfway between phono and auxiliary, just a little bit in between. And that was enough for me to be able to play one record player here and one record player here, no pitch controls, but at least I was able to play two things at one time. And that's kind of how I began to understand about this blending of music. No pitch controls, but here's one here playing, and I just throw some on. Yeah, it sounds like some offbeat mumbo jumbo, like horses running, but at least it gave me the idea of what I can do. This music is how you blend a little bit. No mixer. It was just some way I figured out how to play new trick with this.
Back then, on that system, you was learning the mastery, the art of blending and mixing on what you had at the top.
Yes.
And then, therefore, moving right along, technique, equipment, technology, things changed over the years, got better, and things of that nature. If your love for music, your incline for music, you learn to memorable gig?
Oh wow. First DJ gig. Wow, that's cool. Way back. I would say there's so many gigs and it's so hard to narrow down to just a really first experience. Oh wow, because wasn't much fancy equipment back then. You're talking about the 80s now. This is the early 80s. A lot of people didn't know about equipment, or you didn't have a car to get around to get to the equipment. Your parents didn't take you, or older friend, or buddy, or someone to take there. You either had to go to Philly, possibly North Jersey or New York to find what you're looking for. So when I started out with my first piece of equipment, I went to Great Bridge Mall, bought a little receiver. I didn't even have a pen. I started off on a basic receiver, but learned how to ring into it, throw some fuses in the back, plug a mix into it, hit that auxiliary button, was able to play everything fine. But I have so many experiences, I almost can't say what would be my first opportunity, first DJ experience that somewhat launched me into a different direction and traumatized me. I can tell you that easily than something about that first time.
You know what? Because a lot of my guests, when I do ask that question, and some of them like, how about let's say this, your most memorable, the most exciting, that event, that gig that made you say, oh, I put it down, and it made you feel like after that show, event, and taking this to the next level, you got your chest pumped up, you know what I'm saying, you ready to rock. You know, we as a DJ, we all somewhat experience that situation. So what gig can you remember that you rocked? And basically after that event or gig that you rocked, like me was on this one.
Well, I would say that was about somewhere in like 92, 95 is when I started to blow up. After that point, I honed into getting equipment, was a little bit advanced with equipment. A lot of people didn't know about systems like that. I did my research as a kid and put the system together where I had about 6 15-inch speakers, 4 18-inch bass, 4-inch power and everything, and about 4 little 12-inch monitors just for the DJs. 12-inch was sufficient back then. I was saying when we did this big event on Route 1, Princeton, a hotel, I was associated with a lot of people, whether they made mention of it to or not, it's probably a little irrelevant, but you know, good people, nothing bad to say, but back in my day, I was connected with Ice Productions, D-Mac, which was Dwight McEwen, we had Linda and the Flyers, we had Tony Rob, who made beats, made recordings in the studio was on fire back then. But later on the line, Quest joined Bob and Tony later on the line to help them grow. But I think that was the most iconic event. Say, oh, I think I'm here. Because after that, I couldn't stop people from asking me for business. At that particular event, I was introduced, even though I knew the person further, but to the great singing skill of David Tobin. One of Trenton's own, in London now, one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite people, friends, family. This gentleman is phenomenal with music. And he's so rare that I wish many would give him support and get information and knowledge from him. Because David Tobin has always been in my corner, walking with me and talking to me and teaching me. And he doesn't need me, but I certainly need him and I need his grooming. But I think at that point, when I did that show with him live on stage as an artist, he was the artist, I was the sound guy, promoting it, investor, had a lot more things going on other than that. I think that's when I said, I think I'm here. I always said, I think. I never got cocky or arrogant. I always wanted to grow, and I always wanted to share.
That event, you said 92.
Yeah, it's somewhere around 92.
In Princeton, that was the one. That's okay.
Now, on that show, also I have to say, this person was in their extreme prime and they'd never been too far off from being in their prime. Eddie Boone was featured as our resident DJ for that event. I already had associated with Eddie Boone in younger days, but that's going backwards, even though we're in 95 now. But I had worked with him. He was the headliner on that show too. All together, when we had put all our names combined and pushed for this event in Princeton on Route 1 in a hotel, gigantic people all day about 500 people. So to me, I think that made me like, I think we're here.
Now, as far as training days, local clubs, bars, I'm sure a lot of private events. Princeton, I remember coming home from Houston to one of your Princeton events back in 2014, 2015, able to support. So, what about your DJ experience in the town?
In town. Well, well, there's not much existing anymore. A lot of the bars are closed. It's very unfortunate that most people may have had and no longer have because different situations cause bars and restaurants open and close, so a lot of places don't exist anymore. But in my past, in past, we used to be popular at first of all, it's my first choice. First choice was one of our first landing spots. Myself, Eddie Boone, we started something there and it just blew up. And that's going way back before then later that line became our seat. So obviously we had first choice. I played H&H. I had H&H on lockdown for a few years, every Friday and Saturday. I would just leave my equipment there as small as it was, leave it there because I'm doing something in Trinity on Friday and Saturday, it's no such a movie. But while I'm doing something here on Friday night at H&H, and it was small, the street be lined up with cars. It was packed, flooded, too many people, too small. I'm over in Hightstown with Geeter, Ted Brown, which was one of my good friends DJing at Club 8 nights. So we were like everywhere, but my main focus from Trinity was numerous places. Romeo and Juliet. That was the premier starting point for me. Romeo and Juliet, H&H. Winston's Pub. I was the first one that landed Winston's Pub. When I couldn't keep it and grow it, I was moving on to some other things. Other people came after me and they were able to have better opportunities. They were more of a collective group versus me, myself, renting and how I did. But I may have started first. But people came after me, did well to eventually close and eventually do it. Oh yeah, but also I would say probably one of the most exclusive places I was involved in would definitely be on the West Indies. A lot of people don't know I was there every Thursday. Every Thursday we were doing house music heavy. Every Thursday. It was Mr. Owens, and they were just slowly converted to the West Indies, where other owners, Chester and Kevin, took it over. So it shifted. So we were doing stuff upstairs with Mr. Owens. And upstairs, a lot of people don't remember that. We were doing stuff there, and we started doing stuff downstairs. But when they made the decision to take us on for Thursdays, we had that place flooded with people. Every Thursday, it was just ridiculous. There was no standing space. And I had to bring my equipment in. They had speakers of their own there, but they didn't really want to mess with their stuff. So I carved my stuff in, make it sound nice, do my best, pack it up and go. See you next time. So those are a few.
Okay. Now, we got that title producer.
Yes.
And some tracks that your name are on, you help produce or produce along with someone. I'm trying to think of one track. I can't think of it offhand, but bring that to the light.
Well, there's a lot of music I've been involved with, but mostly the system everybody's been involved. I've always been like a sound partner. I didn't feel like I really need to say too much about myself. They chose to once I was connected with them, that's more than fine. But like most of my beginnings really were with associating with the Tricky Boys. Tricky Boys, Tricky Boys, they took on that name because they wanted to be dedicated to Tricky, not North Jersey, not Philly. They wanted to be Tricky. They were associated on Easy Street Records and Land Records, and had a lot to do with their support and getting in the studio, digging and suggesting some things for them to do with the various artists. And at that point in the 90s, everything was coming out of the studio was so hot and ridiculous. Anybody went in and you could rap or sing, even though they did most house music, you're going to get a hit. We were pushing house music. That's what we did. R&B, hip hop was a little bit of a risk, but everything that was coming out of the studio was fire. Fire. I mean, like I said, some of the people that went on to do better, like even back in our early days, we did stuff with Tony Humphries at City Gardens. Eddie Boone might have been one of the features. This is '95. This is kind of a little bit before Cream Magazine came out. I knew Darren Morris very well. Great guy.
Yes,
great guy.
Good. Absolutely.
I learned a lot from him, but a few things from me too. He nicknamed him like, what? I used to watch the systems and try to duplicate it. That's why I always been really productive with my team events. And even top dog, top one multitude events, Juice and Gusto guy. Nothing big, nothing fancy.
You taking this down memory lane. I like this.
Our people, have a lot to do with Gusto in the beginning. Hope you don't mind me mentioning his name. Phenomenal. Disco Revenge. Our family, our people put this magazine out. We had our old flyer here from my archives. Lord Francisco Kim Beecham. You know, she was legendary. Saying we all know, you know, she was one of the best treated on that. Not at this day from when the Castellino system, which became Maxine. My favorite person, one of my favorite, David Phoenix Tobin. David Tobin now, a phenomenal. This is 1993. Not to take it too far back down the line.
This is actually look at these flyers and New Jersey's Capital City Trend magazine. This is all history right here. You know, I'm loving this, bro. I'm loving this.
I mean, Craig Magazine was certainly phenomenal, great person, but he did his thing, and a lot of us subscribed to him, hated him.
Yeah,
Going, but we were doing our own thing a little bit before that time, you know. And I want to give Linda credit for that. You know, I haven't seen her for some time, you know, but she's the one that kind of brought our horizons with flyers and her concerts, and she stayed in famous just more. We just gave it to her. And I mean, I got this old little cheap fly from an old thing. Well, look, Stevie, does anybody remember Stevie T's? When I was there, Old Avenue, before they, you know, that's just over another Stevie.
Oh no, wait,
I give it out with the flyer, but
no, I'm not. No, listen, Stevie, Club Stevie's and Stevie T's are not the same place. Okay, people just like, yeah, you
Yeah, me fool.
Stevie T.
you had that fool.
This Stevie T's is on Olden Avenue. Stevie T's was actually adult entertainment bar. Okay, it was on Olden Avenue, and my younger days, you know, always walking by there but couldn't get in. But I didn't know you guys played there.
Yeah, I managed to talk to ownership and say, hey, look, what you doing on your weeknights where you're not having your adult entertainment? Let us get your trusted experience. Okay. You know, they already had a massive sound system, right there in the business, plug and play. And what's crazy is this is in August, Tuesday, August 29th, from 9 to 2. I'm only asking for $2.
Wait, hold up.
That's it.
Hold up. $2 to get into a party. $2. Woo! Times has changed. But you know what? Here we go. $15 to get in the great legendary Kim Beecham,
Yes.
and David Tobin. To hear these people perform, these DJs, $15. You know what I'm saying? That man, woo, we can go back to the times.
Yes, we can.
What else we got here?
Well, we had obviously we walked down Tony Hungry City Gardens. You know, 98.7 Kiss is one of my old lines. Everybody take a peek at it, and you know, they just going through conversations. I can't read too much, but you know, Tony's was happy to come down. Thank you for coming, invite me down. You know, 98.7 Kiss. Tonight they celebrated, you know, everybody who had supported it. It was City Gardens, Phoenix, DMAC, Arsenal Records, Kim Beecham name is listed here. Blessed Tony Tom Farrell, passed away some years ago. Gusto, Avis McGill, Ice Productions, Mike Lee, Peter. Peter's one of my personal friends, phenomenal DJ. I mean, a lot of people got praised for just bringing him down here. They even wrote somewhere down there in Small Church. I probably can't catch it right now. How Mike Lee was so happy to see Tony. Tony signed one of these flyers and said, hey, I'm keeping this one. And it was quoted. Mike Lee said, I'm keeping this flyer. Keeping it forever. Tony signed it himself. It was a real treat. Real treat whenever Tony came in. He was available for us all the time. Because we were on that level in strong communication with Tony. Tony just called us. He had finance calls, but he wasn't really all about money. He's going to get in and do his job and do it well. And I mean, that other one, which I don't want to go through all that, but the whole point is, you know, other people can mention, not just myself, but there's a lot of great guys. That's why I'm bringing up a couple of them, because you got this guy coming on board in a couple of days on the 26th. You need to come out and see Quest. Quest might not, you know, I got this right about him. You know, he's part of the team that's going to get down on 26th. Great DJ, and probably bring on our people. We got Grace Little in our younger days. We got too many people, which I don't probably mention everything. I got DJ Bourne, his younger days before he had braids and dreads, but he had the ball head. Got a lot of people. Got Dustin Boyd's here, his story. Different. We had a lot of writers about Eddie Boone. I had an event that I did with Eddie Boone, this Sue, a couple other people here that was very phenomenal. We all gave them trophies for being phenomenal. Trenton, Miss Sue, a couple other people. That's back in my younger days when I used to be different names. there's a legendary Eddie Boone right there saying he's doing something on the artist or something like that. But I have a lot of pictures of different writers, people that I kept just for reasons because I may have had something to do with these events. If I was mentioned or not mentioned, I might have signed a partner investing. But to me, it's always been about not money, it's for the love of music, it's the love of art. It's never been about money. Even if I had an event, I hired a DJ or artist, and didn't pan out. I didn't, have the right communication to get the word out. We did not win. Nobody left the event from me without being paid and compensated something. So you go back to start. I just feel nothing what happened. Everybody was paid. I was not that kind of guy. I'll take that hit when anybody else takes it. I always believe business, and I always keep it that way.
Longevity.
Oh,
yes. Longevity comes the key. You good dude, good people, good promoter, good DJ, all that works with itself. Longevity comes into play, and people look for his work, like myself.
I'm going to work with you.
So now let's check this out. Now again, you have the proof, dates, time. You've been around this house music. And, actually, I started learning how to DJ on house music.
Wow.
Yeah, certain guy came over, and old guy now.
What did that be?
Wow, for real? Ladies and gentlemen, he's in the audience, chilling. Right? But the guy came over, man, and he showed me a lot. And when he was showing me things, he was in the midst of all of this.
Yes.
These dates, when I was in the midst of learning in my basement, he was coming over to my house and showing me some things, along with DJ Wiz as well. So I always had DJ Eddie Boone, who I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I always have this respect for that brother because he took the time out of his busy life to show me how to do things. And I'm so proud to say this, I was DJ Eddie Boone right now.
That's nice.
Hey, listen, that's awesome. You're a bad boy, had to be a bad boy with basketball and baseball. So I was this light man at Catman Dude.
Nice.
Before it was Hoopers, it was Catman Dude. Listen, I was man on the lights, boy. I had him going. Eddie had him rocking, man. That was a wonderful time in my life. I'm so happy and so honored to be a part of that with that man. You know what I'm saying? That made me become the DJ to who I am. So
phenomenal.
Your history and everything that you showed me, bro. Wow. That's taking it back, man. We got to put this in plastic.
Oh yeah.
Put this in plastic.
I've been no selfish. I just keep it in my little location, never really bring it up. I thought it might be a Pinterest because it all correlates to what we did then and hopefully what we should be doing now. That's why I kind of want to fuse my conversation with the past to the present because you have no appreciation for the past. How can you succeed in the future? I mean, the future evolves, constantly evolves, and sometimes you don't change, you get that, But then you got to determine where's your loyalty. Am I going to be loyal to house music? That's what I love and believe in. You got to keep it there. Sometimes if you got the business, you got to move on because it's just about the money or doing what you do best and what works best for you. I don't want to take house music. I love all kinds of music. You ask me, might be the greatest too, but he wants to, and might not be the greatest DJ. But I've done enough to hold things down and entertain people. But sometimes I'm not even the draw for the event, but made sometimes draw more than potential DJ. Then I wonder if I question something. But I've had to do things without because I prefer to stay in my position. I play most of the events I like to. And I prefer to stay as a host, introduce myself, thank everybody. Because for me, what's most important, come out, if it's especially in training, we have challenges in training, we come out. My theory was come out, have a good time, and leave, get home safe. That's all that kind of really matters to me because training can sometimes be questionable back in the day or anytime. At nighttime, you can stay out 1 or 2, COVID has changed everything. Sometimes you got to be in right club out. That thing's 2 o'clock. And by 3 o'clock, you're around the corner and Nino's or who knows where and getting something, and the party's still going on. But I always have my own theories. So
now it was one point. I can't say exactly here, but at one point it seemed like house music died off. I'm saying? A lot of the legendary DJs that we'll get into in a few,
Yes.
paved the way, and things kind of like, don't get me wrong, I love hip hop and R&B, reggae, I love it all, but the house music scene, kind of died down because you couldn't go to a lot of places to hear house music here anymore. I mean, do you feel like it's coming back now, or are we still struggle, or?
I strongly believe there's, in life, anything we do, there's always going to be challenge or struggle, because there's always going to be something that everybody's different interests. Some people like hip hop, some people like house music. But whatever you like, blessings. Just do what, don't say it's my opinion. I think there's a great opportunity with a person like yourself. Just for you really to have interest in it still, even though it's a challenging time, things have changed. Because we're not North Jersey, we're not Philly, we're Trenton, New Jersey. We're like the center of New Jersey. We are Pacific capital, but it's a struggle still for many reasons. I think there's opportunity, but we don't come together as one. Like this is one. This is why we won. This is why we were a little bit lucky, successful. We had the right people, right places. There was less disappointment, hate towards them. Oh, you got more music. Oh, you play better. It's always what you have and whatever. When we're back then, we helped each other. And there's weak link, we all assist each other to make that person stronger or keep them on board. Even if they were not of most popularity, there's always room for someone. But there is opportunity with a person like yourself. I put you in the mix saying, hey, I believe in this. I'm not giving up. And I'm hoping that for all those that are invited to participate, particularly in this event, it shows the world that, look, we're here too. It's great what you're doing Columbus Fairgrounds. It's great what you're doing Lincoln Park. Those things have been going on for years. North Jersey, very hard to keep some things like that. But we're here. What about us? What about us? What about us? We're here too. We deserve opportunity. And it's a struggle. I can't say
It's not dead.
it's not dead.
Now,
The
reason why I say that because as a promoter on my end too as well, it's kind of hard to just promote a party, because I want to make my paper, but I had to go the R&B and a little bit hip hop to draw my crowd in. Trying to promote just a house party, I didn't get those numbers, so that's why it seemed like it kind of died off. But brothers, good brothers like brother Old Quest and Mark Gibson, who brought the house scene back. You know what I'm saying? And right now, Mark Gibson is all praises and much respect to Mark. He's doing his thing, bringing it at Mill Hill and things like that. I definitely go support. And actually, again, I some of the things I have brought to the town because I went out of town and seen things. I brought it back and had ideas. Don't get me wrong. It's not a copycat thing. I just see things. I just want to twerk it a little bit here and there. I'm a fan of Mark's. I like what he's doing. And I just seen another little vision of doing a little house set. I just feel like Trent deserved 2 nice house music events in our town, maybe more, So all praise much respect to Mark, his event. Of course, the event I got coming up, my first time doing something that was caliber. So I think Mark, Sub, Old Quest, you, the whole house nation, and not just DJs and promoters, but the people that come out and party and listen to the house.
Yes.
Sandra Moore, big shout to Stephen Craig, and Big John and them as well. I think we keep doing, Stacey Mitchell, I cannot forget her. We keep doing what we're doing in this house community. What was yesterday? Roselle. God, somewhere from wow, man, that was beautiful. So I think because we're local, we all know each other. Let's sit down, let's talk, let's keep this thing going. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the what's the stadium on? Pure Stadium, a house event at Pure Stadium.
Why not?
Wow, I think that'll be hot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always open to sit down and meet. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yes, I think brothers, the people that are named things that I mentioned, those are the reasons why I wanted to do this, and I think we definitely keep the house love continuing, growing, and all that good stuff. Because ain't nothing but love when it comes to house.
It should be.
It's so much love, man. Nothing but love, man. So, and since we talk about the house music, I will let you speak for it, because man, I love when you talk, like so. I just want to say thank you for helping me assist me with July 26th. It's my pleasure. Yes. Again, House at the Monument, ladies and gentlemen. July 26th. Legendary DJs. That's going to be rocking. Brother Mike here is he's my right hand man.
Thank you, sir.
That day. So when they bothering me, get on my nerves, and I shove some of them off the mic, you know. But you want to speak on the 26th, brother?
Yeah. 26 is going to be large. You know, we appreciate support from everybody. Everybody who's watching here now, please spread the word for July 26th. It's at a different location. We're going to try it out and make it successful. You know, we hope for it to be successful. Vendors will be there on board. The system is going to be priceless. You know, it's not like we're bringing out some big fit monitors. You know, it's going to be a nice system so you can enjoy yourself. Bring your chairs are welcome. Bring your chairs, be comfortable. Try to get there early so you can kind of position yourself in a space that's good for you. You know, because it's a different location. You know, so everybody on board. You know, it's very popular. It's trick DJs, whether they're here now or hadn't lived here. Mostly everybody is still here. There's nothing bad to say against nobody from anywhere, north or south. You know, house music should be one. That's the way it was started. That's the way it was meant to be by the Godfather. You know, the fathers that started this, we just the children's carry that torch. But you know, we just learn how to just appreciate and love each other more. You know, love each other more, and that's how we get the results. But for this event, you got all DJs on deck. You got a first special tribute to Kim. You know, Lord rest her soul. You know, one of Trent's finest. We have Steve, live performance.
Well, we haven't discussed that. But hey, with Steve Williams, anything possible.
Well, anything might be possible, but even if there's no live performance of such, you got all these DJs playing. So come on out, you know, don't choose one DJ, choose them all. You know, give them all a little play. You know, give them all a chance, you know, come on out and shine, because when we think about it, you know, it's too many of us and all that's just passing away, dropping like flies, and we never had a chance for our goodbyes, you know, because we stuck on our ways, a little jealousy, a little frustration. It really saddens my soul heart, you know, how like house music was really meant to be like that. It's kind of changed to something that it is now, but the original earth of it, it wasn't like that. You know, it was one love, and I get it. And that's the way it was meant to be. It's meant to be like a family, and I think that this is a great start. And with all your support, whoever's watching and listening, please share if you care. You know, help get the word out to make it successful. You know, for all of us, especially ourselves, because we're not doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for you. Think about it, it's really for the people. It's really for you all to give us a chance. You know, but let us do our part and take care of you, satisfy your feet. Hopefully, get you out the dance.
See, that's why he's my assistant. No. You said everything exactly right. This is not about us. You know, it's about the people. Bringing them some hometown DJs. And what did I say earlier? Giving these brothers their flowers while they're here.
You said?
Yeah. And again, we have lost some great DJs within a year alone. You know. And so, you know, this opportunity to do this, and hopefully it turn into an annual event, and if we switch it up with another set, and keep it rocking, keep it going. So again, like Mike said, this is for the people, man. And we do have people coming from out of town, which is cool.
That's what we need.
Yeah, they come from out of town, and again, I say this again, with my event, Mark Gibson event, that gives our people from out of town at least two good reasons to come to Trenton, New Jersey, to listen to this good music, feel our vibes, love on us, we love back on them. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we you know, we just want to be heard We just want to be heard. And that's a good thing. Say we just want to be heard and rock out and have a good time. You know. Other than that, man, I'm just looking forward to July 26th.
26.
Ooh, praying for good weather.
Yes.
You know, listen, phenomenal, great DJs will be rocking. I can't wait to hear the sets and the music and you know, and again, these flyers from back in the day. Come on, people. I mean, y'all up in age like I am to hear some of these old club classics back in the day, blaring loud like that down at the house meeting, at the monument. Oh man, here to the city. Oh, come on, man. Come on. I know some of y'all been home chilling for a couple of years and say, I gotta come out for this. I gotta come out for this. Because each one of these DJs got following for years, you know what I'm saying? And wow.
Following their own styles, and you know, it should be one up. You know, let's just make this one time. You know, this is the beginning of something hopefully big, and we continue to grow. Maybe we all look back on this next summer, before next summer, and say, hey, if it's a success, it's worth a while to go back in and do it again. Whether it's the same cast or not, it'll be up to this gentleman's decisions. But if he needs to be involved, I'll be involved anywhere I can. I'll people remember me from the past. If not, hello to everybody else out there. Anybody new, please come on out, support, tell your friends, tell your family, look for something to do. This will be something worth your while, probably of your interest. Absolutely. I certainly want to endorse it. Absolutely.
So, hey, Mike, brother, man, I thank you. I appreciate you for coming on this Sunday, man. You know,
Thank you.
good set. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to us handling our business in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. Again, check me out on YouTube. Silk Williams, Well Entertainment Pod. Please subscribe. The more subscribers come on, the more viewers. You can go on YouTube to see old interviews. Check it out. Of course, on Facebook Live as well. And I thank y'all for tuning in. And tomorrow, our special guest will be Steve Williams, our host of House at the Miami. Steve will be here tomorrow. We're going to chop it up about his career and again about July 26th. So once again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Mike, thank you. And shout out to my special guest audience, DJ Eddie Boom's over there. He's over there relaxing, you know. Eddie Boom in the building. So, hey, I thank y'all for tuning in. God bless, one love, peace, love y'all. You dig?
Blessings. Very nice. If I could say more, if I said too much, I'll do no, Mike. Shit. The good thing I can talk about like some of our past soldiers.
No, you